following is a production of Learfield Sports.
This copyrighted telecast is the property of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, an affiliate of Learfield Sports, LLC, under rights granted by the University of Maine. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination or use of this telecast or any part of it without the express written consent of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited. This legal disclaimer is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, proud supporter of the Black Bears. If you have any legal questions, visit them at lanhamblackwell.com.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Black Bear Insider. I'm your host, Brian Sullivan. We've got a fantastic show on tap for you this week. We're going to hear from Maine women's basketball coach Richard Barron, who is going to talk about his season getting underway. We'll also hear from Maine football wide receiver Damarr Aultman, who continues to climb up the all-time record books here for the Black Bears. We're also going to have a goalie roundtable discussion with members of the Maine men's and women's ice hockey teams, as well as the field hockey and soccer squads. That you don't want to miss. Plus, this past Saturday was New Balance Day. Workers from the company made their way to campus to tour the many new facilities. We'll have the sights and sounds from that visit. Plus, a look at the upcoming schedule. This is the Black Bear Insider.
The Black Bear Insider is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, U.S. Cellular, UMaine Recreation and Fitness Center, Fisher Plows, Maine Savings Federal Credit Union, EBS Building Supplies, and Digital Workshop.
So, with U.S. Cellular, you get 4 lines and 10 gigs for $140 a month. And you can upgrade your phone every year. Say, upgrade.
Upgrade? U.S. Cellular lets you upgrade every year?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great. Just sign this.
This is how I sign up?
I don't make the rules, Mr. Westbrook.
At U.S. Cellular, get 4 lines with 10 gigs for just $140 a month and upgrade your phone every year. U.S. Cellular, hello better.
No matter what your game is, indoors or out, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center at the University of Maine is your place to play, work out, relax, and have fun. The Rec Center has state-of-the-art cardio and weight training equipment, a pool, spa, and sauna, a running track, and more than 60 fitness classes a week. Or take your game outside with the Maine-bound Adventure Center. Hit the climbing or bouldering wall, learn how to kayak, go rock climbing. Whatever game you like, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center is your place to play.
Under the bright lights of your playing field, one performer continues to shine. The Fisher Extreme V. With durable X-bracing, the Extreme V carries the load. With precision passes, the power to bust through, the maximum protection of the Fisher Trip Edge, and the brightest lights available. Fisher, your business, our passion.
Learn more at vplowfacts.com.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, now joined by Maine women's basketball coach Richard Barron. Coach, thank you very much for joining us, and I'd say that there is a ton of optimism surrounding you and your squad this season.
Thanks. I think there is, and I think there should be. We've got a veteran group. We have 10 returning players and a junior college transfer, so 11 players with college basketball experience. We still aren't quite an old team. We've got one senior in Courtney Anderson, so this is a group that we think will get to play together for 2 years and really gel, and we've seen a lot of growth already in practice. Of course, we're picking up from a successful season last year, so there's a lot of lessons learned, and we're incorporating some new players into the mix. So I feel like we've certainly got the most depth that we've ever had since I've been here, and the best understanding of where we want to go and building off of the previous season.
Yeah, you mentioned you only have one senior. Amazing when you have the amount of girls that have played, the amount of basketball that they have together. This is a team that's played a lot of minutes on the court, and do you feel like that's a recipe for success?
Well, I think it certainly helps. You still have to go play the games, sure. But the knowledge that they bring to practice, I think even just seeing how their coaches on the floor, the learning curve for our freshmen is accelerated so much because they're seeing everything done the way we want it done in practice. And just 2 years ago, this junior class, they were freshmen, and it wasn't so easy.
Right.
And so I think the fact that we're really building off what we installed last year, which was a predominantly 5-out motion offense, I think has given us the chance to kind of pick up where we left off on the offensive end. That's enabled us to maybe work a little bit more on some defensive things early in the preseason. So I feel like we're further along than we've ever been. But then, gosh, you almost feel like it's a 2-year process with this junior class being so big, and that we've got a lot of time to really reach our potential.
You feel like this team's ready to take the next step?
I think they are. I'm not sure exactly what that step is. You know, we try not to be too results oriented. We're really trying to be focused on the day to day and see if we can get better each day, and you know, work on the controllables. You know, for us, 2 of the big controllables are the attitude and effort, and I don't think we could do any better right now. Their attitude's great. Effort's really been outstanding. You know, we've set in some conditioning you know, standards that we expect people to meet in order to play, and we're almost completely there with our team, which is and our standards are pretty high. So all those things kind of give me a sense that this team is advanced to another level. But you know, in terms of making any sort of comparisons relative to other teams, it's very hard until you get into the game.
Now, as you're going through the schedule, you got a while before you get into the bulk of your America East games. Can you take me through the America East a little bit and think about, or tell us a little how you think you match up with your fellow conference foes?
Well, I think we're bigger, you know, which helps going into the America East. You know, on average, we're almost 3 inches taller per player, you know, with the certain lineups. So it's made a big difference, you know, with the group that we brought in. And Albany lost their 6'9" post player, decided not to play. So I think they come back to the pack a little bit. Stony Brook, Lowell, and Binghamton all have new coaches, so there's some question marks as people try to acclimate to a new system. That may be a positive change. UNBC, I don't even recognize their roster from a year ago. They've got, I think, 3 or 4 Division I transfers on their team. So they're a completely different look, and their coach has already said publicly that they're not going to run the Princeton offense anymore. So I think there are going to be a lot of changes, but I think that the teams that'll kind of still be at the top will be Albany, Stony Brook, Hartford, and us. And you know, I think we'll, you know, it could be one of those things where it's a 4-team race, or it could be that one of those teams wins, you know, some close games in those head-to-head contests and kind of pulls away.
No, I know you mentioned you're not results-oriented, go day-to-day, but I'd have to be remiss if I didn't ask. Do you think this is a team that can win a conference championship?
I think we can. You know, again, we don't control everything. We don't control how the other team plays. We don't control injuries. We don't control, you know, officials. All those things are variables. What we can control is our attitude and effort, and I think we're up there with anybody on that. You know, really, really excited about this team. You know, it's hard sometimes to put those things into words. They're intangibles, but the biggest thing for me is that I enjoy going to practice every day because I get to see them work. And, you know, they let me coach with passion. They let me coach them hard, and that's a great feeling too. So I think those are really encouraging signs.
Yeah, I think one of the things I've heard you say in the past is that in terms of supporting a program, you know, it's not always a donation as much as just come and pay for a ticket, come watch a game, and come support the program that way, because the product is out there, and you play a fun brand of basketball to watch.
Yeah, I've made this point a few times that you know, our cost of playing at the Cross Center are fixed. So someone buying a $10 ticket is the same as them giving us a $10 gift. If over the course of the season they buy, you know, season tickets for $145, that's like they gave us a $145 gift. It goes straight to the department. So, you know, given the choice, I'd rather have people in the stands than the checks. And, you know, I'd much rather people just come to games for 2 reasons. One, it increases our home court advantage. You know, so selfishly we want that. But 2, because it's such a great product. Our kids work really, really hard, and I know people enjoy it. They'll go out and they'll talk about us in a positive way, and more people will come.
Yeah, word of mouth. Next thing you know, they got some friends, and then the stands are filled with fans to watch some Maine women's hoops.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We're now going to send things over to Carlton's Corner.
We're in our second year of a great partnership with New Balance and Warrior to outfit our sports programs with clothing, shoes, and apparel. It's a great partnership. They're a Maine company with 3 manufacturing centers in Maine. They're headquartered in Boston, so it's really a New England partnership, and we're very proud to be in that partnership with New Balance.
What does it take to mind the net? We're going to hear from 4 goalies here from the University of Maine sports programs. That is our goalie roundtable when the Black Bear Insider continues.
You support your Black Bears at the game. Now, you can support them everywhere you go. Introducing the exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings. The Black Bear debit card is free to you and supports the Black Bear Fund each time you use your card for a purchase. Just open a Red Wallet account at Maine Savings. Stop into our new College Avenue branch or any of our other convenient branches. Show your pride. Make a difference. The exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings.
EBS Building Supplies knows time is the most valuable resource you have. That's why they offer free delivery anywhere in their service area. Fast, convenient, and free. That's the EBS way. So whether you're a professional contractor or a do-it-yourself homeowner, no delivery is too small or too big, and custom ordering is always available. Use EBS free delivery to make your life easier and your home improvement project complete faster. EBS Building Supplies. Can do. Just ask.
Hey, man, I'm stranded. You think you can come pick me up?
Where you at?
Route 13, 50 miles out.
I'm kind of busy right now. It's gonna be a little bit.
Awesome.
Why was US Cellular built to work way out here? Because being stuck in the middle of nowhere should be up to your buddy, not your spotty wireless provider. With 4G LTE coverage for nearly 90% of our customers, you get national coverage that works harder locally. US Cellular. Hello better.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider. Now time for our Black Bear goalie roundtable. We're going to begin by having our participants introduce themselves. We'll start here.
I'm Emma Cochran and I play field hockey.
I'm Megan Tracy and I play on the women's ice hockey team.
I'm Matt Morris and I play on the men's ice hockey team.
I'm Claudia Duby and I play soccer.
Now, all 4 of you are goalies here at the University of Maine. I've obviously played the position for a long time, but Emma, we'll start with you. Is this something that you always wanted to be? Did you always want to be a goalie?
I always did. I always wanted in practice, always wanted to end up in the net, like always the place I wanted to be.
And Megan?
Yeah, I started out playing D and I always just had to beg my mom to play. But even when I scored, I always came off like telling her what the goalie did wrong. And I just always wanted to be a goalie.
Okay, how about over here?
I actually started off as a player and I really didn't like the line changes. So I wanted to play the whole game. So that's why I chose to be a goalie.
And Claudia?
I first started to play defense and I never really wanted to play goalie, and it's just because we were missing one and they put me in goal and I just stayed there and I just went with that. So
there you go. Now in field hockey and ice hockey there's a lot of time with action going back and forth, but with soccer you spend a lot of time where the action is away from you. How do you keep yourself in the game?
Actually I follow the play, so I go up when the ball is down on near the goal. And I just keep talking and communicating with my defense to be involved in the play, even if the ball is not near me. So it's just a way to stay in the game and focus.
Now, field hockey, one of the things that probably the most difficult to deal with would be the penalty corner.
Yeah.
That's really where the majority of the scoring comes.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about when those moments are coming.
Usually I'm hoping my defense will stop the ball before the shot comes, because if shot comes to me and I lay down, stop the ball, there's 4 other players that are not marked by a defender that can get the ball and get a rebound, easy shot. And it's just a lot trying to clear the ball as fast as you can.
Now with ice hockey, either one could answer this, or you both can. You've got the penalty shot, but also breakaways, open nets. Not open nets. Hopefully there are no open nets, but there are times when the defense you get out of position. Talk to me about some of the high intensity scenarios that you guys deal with on an every game basis.
Well, obviously breakaways are pretty tough. You never know. The shooter has so many options. He can really deke you or shoot it. So you need to just be patient and make him make the first move. But also, I think screens are very tough, especially when a big body is in front of you. You can't really get a good read on the shot. So a screen or tip is probably the toughest.
Yeah, I have to agree. Screens are really hard. You try to look around the screen, but puts you out of position a little bit. So those are quite hard. Breakaway is always hard. You never know if they're going to shoot or if they're going to deke. And like you said, you always have to be really patient. Some goalies just kind of get too eager and make that first move instead of letting the players make that first move.
Sure. And Claudia, you mentioned a little bit the communication with your teammates. Do you guys find that there's a lot of back and forth with the other players out there?
Yeah, it's a lot of directing like your teammates and telling them that to stay calm and where the other players are and like where the open places are to send the ball.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, there's always like on the weak side, the defenseman really can't see it. He's focused on the puck carrier, so you just gotta let him know like you're almost an extra set of eyes out there for your defenseman.
Now, I guess I'd ask you finally, just lay out to me, what do you think it needs to be, what it takes to be a good goalie? What goes into that fact? There's a lot of preparation, a lot of practice, a lot of hard work, but in order to be successful, what do you need to do? Emma, we'll start with you.
You need to be calm and cool and collected, 3 C's, because there's a lot of, if your team's hectic, you need to be the one to help settle your team down and make sure that they can play hockey well.
Yeah, Emma even had the same for it, the 3 C's. See, that's a good way to go. How about you?
You have to be mentally tough, no matter what the score is, if you're letting on a goal, like you can't be thinking about that goal, you have to be thinking about that next shot. You can't be dwelling on the past at all, so just have to be mentally tough, keep that confidence. If you don't have confidence, it goes on your team, and then your team starts not having confidence. So if you have confidence, they build off of that.
Sure.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with what Emma and Megan just said. I mean, you have to be calm, confident, and you really need to you play to win. So if you let up a bad goal, you just need to make the next save, and really help out your defensemen and your teammates.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember my coach said something to me, and you're never as good as the next play. So always like being in the present and just forget about what happened, even if it was a great save or a goal. Just forget it because the next one is the most important, and you just need to like be focused and I don't know, just like trying to focus on the next play.
Sure. Okay. Great. Well, great stuff. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Black Bear Insider. I feel very informed. I feel like maybe I could stop a few shots. Not all of them, but maybe a few. But all right. Thank you very much for being here. We've asked these 4 Black Bears quite a few questions. Now we're going to send things over to our Ask a Black Bear segment for a few more answers from the student athletes here in Orono.
My non-traditional pet would probably be a monkey.
I want to go out of left field and say a penguin. Both love sushi, play ice hockey, so on the ice, I think it would be a pretty cool pet to have.
If I could have a non-traditional pet, it would probably be a squirrel. They're super cute and they're just really cute.
I think I would have a skunk. I just think it's super cool and I mean without the smell, but I think it would be cool, yeah.
Card game would be probably Uno, and video game are all like the NHL and FIFA games.
500 Rummy, and I love playing Monopoly, but no one wants to play with me, so it's kind of a bummer.
I like to play poker.
Go fish, we played on road trips, pass the time.
Hey Black Bear fans, if you would like to have your questions answered by a Black Bear athlete, simply post or tweet using the hashtag #AskABlackBear for a chance to have your questions answered on the show.
Number 88 in your program, number 1 in your heart. He continues to climb up the all-time record books here for the University of Maine football team. We'll hear from Damarr Aultman when the Black Bear Insider continues.
Hey Black Bear fans, my name is Brett Baber with Lanham Blackwell & Baber, and this is Compliance Corner, where we help you understand some of the most commonly misunderstood NCAA rules and regulations that affect our student athletes and the Black Bear athletic program. Today I'd like to talk to you about the requirements necessary to become a Division I student athlete. To meet the minimum NCAA requirements to become a Division I athlete before August 2016, incoming students must graduate from high school, complete 16 core courses, earn a minimum 2.0 grade point average in those core courses, and earn a combined SAT or ACT score that matches their core course GPA on the NCAA provided sliding scale. And after August 2016, incoming student athletes enrolling for the first time must complete an even more stringent requirement, including graduating from high school, completing 16 core courses, including 10 before their 7th semester of high school, earn a minimum 2.3 grade point average in those core courses, and earn a combined SAT or ACT score that matches their core course GPA on the NCAA provided sliding scale. Fortunately, the NCAA has resources to help high school students prepare for Division I college athletics participation. If you are hoping to play Division I athletics or know someone who is, visit these NCAA sites on the bottom of the screen for more information. If you ever have any questions about this topic or any other compliance questions, feel free to contact the Black Bear Compliance Office at 207-581-1537 or visit goblackbears.com/information/compliance. This has been Compliance Corner, brought to you by Lanham Blackwell & Baber.
Well, that wraps up another edition of Compliance Corner, now joined by Maine football wide receiver Damarr Aultman. Damarr, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's an exciting time. You continue to set records here at University of Maine, now climbing up the all-time receiving and yardage lists. How does that feel?
It's really a blessing, just the supporting cats I have around me. Even with Belcher, the new quarterback in Collins, they've been a huge help in that success, and the O-line and everyone. It's just a real blessing. Happy to be a part of it.
The way things started, less than ideal, a couple of scuffles out of the gate, but now things really seem to be coming together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're finally, get that mold together what we've been looking for, and we really just finally found that balance between run and pass, and we're just really executing well on offense. Then our defense played, they've been playing absolutely terrific. And, when we have a defense that plays that well, it kind of helps with the offense knowing that your defense got your back.
And it's got to be nice for you as the offense starts to come around to get the ball in your hands a little bit more and be able to contribute a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just as a receiver, I love seeing any of the receivers with the ball in their hand. So, it's always it's a lot of fun out there now.
Talk to you about the makeup of this team this year.
Mm-hmm. The makeup is just, we have a lot of young guys, not too many seniors. We lost a lot of seniors last year. So we already knew from the beginning of the year that we're going to have a lot of building to do this year. But now that we're, the season's kind of winding down, we really feel that we're building up right now. We're peaking instead of already hit that at the top of the mountain. We're kind of getting to that point as the season winds down. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the defense playing so well, and now the offense starting to come along. I think that's a great analogy there. As you're almost up there, as you want to hit that peak at the right time. And I guess that peak would be, if you want to think about it, your final regular season home game of all time will be against New Hampshire. Would you want it any other way?
Oh, that's exactly how we wanted it. That's exactly how it was going to be.
It's going to be a fantastic one. I can't wait to see that one here at Alphonse Stadium. Now, when you go back to the records here, when you think a little bit about, you see your name as climbing up those lists with some of the all-time greats here in Orono. How does that make you feel?
Like I said, it's really a blessing, just to know that, the hard work I put in is finally paying off in a form of a record book form. But at the same time, it's, I really don't focus on it too much. I just focus week in, week out, focus on my next opponent. And, whatever comes. Whatever God blesses me with, He blesses me, and I'm very grateful.
No, we don't want to look too far down the road here, Damarr, but, after the season concludes, start to get into a different, I guess you could say, a different form of training. Thinking about taking the next step, you'd like to keep playing football after your college career?
I would love to. That's the plan, and hopefully I just keep praying and working hard, and, God will bless me.
Now, what steps come after the regular season concludes?
Once the regular season concludes, it'll be first just finish school, get my degree.
Sure.
And once I'm done with that, really focus on, training down south, maybe getting ready for the combines and my pro day, and just, speaking with different people. Probably speak to some of the guys that have done it, like Trevor Costin, Derek Johnson, Jerron McMillan, just someone to look up to. How did they do it? What can I do better? And just, continue from there.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to maybe seeing you playing on Sunday, but until you're gone, I'm going to look forward to seeing you play here on Saturday. All right, Damarr, thank you very much. We're now going to take a look at the U.S. Cellular upcoming schedule. When you visit the University of Maine's campus, you'll see the name New Balance all over the place. To honor the company that has done so much for the University of Maine, New Balance Day was held this past Saturday. Here are the sights and sounds from their workers' visit.
They allowed all his New Balance associates to come up here for free. No out-of-pocket costs except travel, which if we chose to travel alone like I did, they brought up a bus and it's all provided for, and you can't ask for anything more than that.
We've been working close with New Balance. Obviously, it's an important partnership for our athletic department. And we sent tickets to over all 4 locations with New Balance, and they sent employees up from as far as Massachusetts today to join us at a Maine football game. So just an opportunity for the employees to come up here and take part in one of our sporting events, and for us to thank New Balance for this partnership and how important it is for our athletic department.
I mean, I've only been with the company for a little over a year now, but just seeing the amount of help they produce for the community, and just knowing I'm part of that, big sense of pride being made in America, and keeping people to work.
Anyone that was in the field house here, and we've talked a lot about our new field house, but it's just, they were here 10 years ago. The difference between now and then, thanks to New Balance and other folks that support this project, is incredible. I mean, it's bright, it's new, it has a great feeling in here, and that's in part to what New Balance helped us do, and we're only hoping to build on that partnership going forward. So,
what we contribute helps this, and just being a part of it, really appreciated on my end.
Being a Mainer myself and growing up in a small town in Maine, I mean, the shoe business has just always been a critical piece of our economy in Maine, going back generations after generation. And you look at the Norwich, Walk, Skowhegan plants and Oxford out there and Norway, it's just important how they employ so many people in those areas. And the partnership for us with the Maine company and Maine's only Division I athletic program is really a unique one. I mean, you have the University of Maine and then New Balance, and then it's just a natural partnership here in the state of Maine. So we're excited about it, and it's only going to get better as time goes on.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of the Black Bear Insider. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want more information on your favorite athletes or teams, make sure to go to goblackbears.com. They've got anything you could need. Until next time, we will say, go Black Bears.